Success success next season is a Big 12 championship. Nothing less than that. That's the expectation that we have as a program, and whether people believe in that or not, the facility truly believes in that. We believe in Coach Brennan. We believe in our coordinators, and best believe we're doing everything we can to make that a reality.
Taking time on with us, Noah Fifita. How are we feeling? How's Texas treating you?
We're doing great. I appreciate it.
Before we start off, I think Kevin wanted to ask you a quick question.
What we got?
Yeah. We shared an Uber last night.
We shared an Uber.
Yeah, I don't think you knew it. You pulled up to the hotel, name redacted for safety reasons. You pulled up in an Uber with about, I don't know how many heads in that Uber. You exited the Uber. That Uber then picked us up within 30 seconds of you exiting. We saw you. We saw a bunch of, I think, OK State dudes or potentially other players that weren't on Arizona leaving the Uber. And we were like, oh, that's not an Arizona Uber. You come out the Uber. I believe Dalton Johnson comes out the Uber. And I believe Genesis Smith came out the Uber. And I was like, no. That's our Uber, actually.
That's when we got back to the hotel?
Yeah, and then we left that area. We were leaving here yesterday, and you were getting here yesterday, and we switched Ubers. And I tweeted, I was like, I was just in the same Uber as Noah Fifita.
Yes, sir.
Well, tomorrow.
How many people you guys took with the Uber?
4. How many people y'all take?
Man, we had 6 of us. We was split.
I heard it was like a clown car in there. Football players just kept popping out of that car.
I was actually thinking that when we got out, I was like, if somebody filmed us getting out of this car, they would be shocked.
I felt that way. Like it was a large player after a large player after a large player after another large human and another large human. It was crazy. Tons of muscles popping out that Uber.
Sir.
But that is not why you are here today to talk about Ubers. You're on this podcast to talk about the Arizona Wildcats football program. And I think we should start here with the elephant in the room, right? You are probably one of, at this point, pound for pound, one of the most underrated quarterbacks in this conference, right? After last season, an underwhelming year, both individually but also as a team. What is success? We just asked Brent Brennan this. What does success look like for you next season, and how can you facilitate that?
Success next season is a Big 12 championship. Nothing less than that. That's the expectation that we have as a program, and whether people believe in that or not, the facility truly believes in that. We believe in Coach Brennan. We believe in our coordinators, and best believe we're doing everything we can to make that a reality.
When you see all these lists that Coach Daggy is sending you about these Big 12 quarterback rankings, what's your reaction when you look at those?
I love it. I mean, that's kind of the role I played my entire life. I've always had a chip on my shoulder my entire life. I've always been underrated, and to be honest, I would be lying if I said I wasn't comfortable in this spot. This is where I'd like to be. And to be honest, we've kind of taken that identity as a football program. And I was talking to Dr. Desiree about it yesterday, but she was talking about how that's the role that she takes as a program. So that's just where we're comfortable at. We've had a lot of success in this role, and but there's definitely a chip on our shoulder when we see these lists. Just saw a list putting us at the bottom, but if you talk to Coach Deggy, he's been hoping every list of the Big 12 had us at the bottom so we could go prove everybody wrong.
You're talking about the underdog mentality, and everyone we speak to from this locker room has said the exact words, either chip on their shoulder or underdog or something along those lines. First of all, seems like an incredibly connected team, right?
Yes, sir.
But does it almost feel more comfortable, like you said, coming in as an underdog after preparing? Like Brent Brennan said, there has not been a lot of continued success at Arizona. So this is almost like, you're trying to fight back and claw back and prove things wrong. Do you feel like this is a, remind them of who you are kind of season coming into this year?
I wouldn't even say that, to be honest. There's definitely that aspect to it. But at the end of the day, this team, we know who we are. We know what we're capable of. And at the end of the day, we're trying to prove ourselves right. Prove ourselves right for staying here. Prove ourselves right for choosing Arizona. And that's what we're working towards.
Yeah, we know a lot about you, the quarterback, obviously. We know a lot about this defensive back room, a lot of experience, a lot of leaders in this defensive back room. Who's a player on this roster that maybe people are not talking about nearly enough? Could be a guy that maybe is a weapon for you on the offensive side of the ball, or anybody.
Yeah, that's a hard question for sure. That's probably one of the hardest questions that I've gotten today.
Big J stuff.
Because we got some dudes that we recruited that's come into I would say Chris Hudson and Nunu Watley, but I think everybody knows what they're capable of, everybody that's following our program. So I want to shout out Kiana DeCambra from Hawaii and Ty Buchanan, because those are two guys on our offensive line that's coming and just completely shifted the mentality, not just in the trenches, but on our offense as a whole. They're dogs. They're dudes, and then off the field, they're great people that you love spending time with. So I got to give a shout out to them too for sure.
Ty Buchanan got you on his diet,
No,
his
sir.
vegetarian diet.
He's not. He hasn't remotely gotten me close to trying that in any way.
Has he converted anybody on the team?
I don't think so. I don't think he. But he, at the end of the day, he doesn't even try. So he embraces his diet. Obviously, it's gotten him to where he is. But he's got to be on the list for the best vegetarian football player ever.
Yeah, I mean Polynesian food is too good to give up. Like
For sure.
And there, I mean, there's not really a vegetarian option that they're giving us with that all that often.
Yeah, I
thinking.
couldn't give you a Polynesian vegetarian.
Yeah, I
top
don't
of
think
my
that I
head.
don't think that's a thing. I mean, me and Kevin will attest to this. I am like Hawaiian barbecue is like if you gave me a meal, like I'm not even picking like a nice steak. Like I want a styrofoam plate that
There
I
was a
just
plate of
spent
Hawaiian
$15
food
on.
on that chair. He would leave this podcast.
Yeah,
Right now.
well,
That's
maybe
awesome.
not for Noah.
Well, you get the point. You get the point with the food, though.
That's
He might
awesome.
bring it back to the table to talk to you, but he's going to get that food off that table. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, talking about, I want to talk about your guy T-Mac here for a second. He's obviously still around the program. Your little brother Dash Fifita is committed to U of A. You know, went on a visit recently. He was at the visit. What does it mean for T-Mac to still be around this program, still be around your family, and just kind of just like really show like how truly special of a guy he is just by like, you know, the dude got drafted a month ago, 2 months ago in the NFL, and he doesn't forget his roots, man.
Man, it's so special, and we've said that all along. We've always said to be a better person than a better player in his life is ridiculous to say because we all know how good of a player he is. But I've said it all along how special of a person he is. His humility, he never forgets who he is, and I think that shows. So, man, just on behalf of my family, Nalo boy coming back to Tucson, out of all the places he could have went. I think he came back to Tucson less than a week after their little OTAs ended. So for him to come back for my little brother is he ain't come back for me at the end of the day. He came back for my little brother. So for him to do that for my family means so much to us. I know Dash is extremely grateful for T for sure.
How do you feel about his fit in Carolina?
His fit,
Like
Which one,
with the
draft?
Panthers? Yeah.
Oh, his fit to
Yeah,
the team.
yeah.
Oh, it fits perfectly. So I wanted him to kind of go top 6. The only reason I wanted him to do that is so he could be the highest rated player to ever go out. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, I always wanted him to go to Carolina because he gets to play with Bryce Young. I always tell people that's probably the best player I've ever seen play in person when we played him in his senior year, my sophomore year. And we always had had a joke that if he got to go there, that's the only place that we would want him to go. So I'm excited to see what him and Bryce do. And best believe he's gonna make his case, show why he's the best rookie in the country.
Real quick before we get you out of here, tell us about this fit.
My
Because I knew
fit-
that's where your mind went immediately.
Yeah,
You're like,
it
you're
is.
talking about his draft fit?
Yeah, I
or-
was thinking about his draft fit. Nah, I don't got nothing too special. Obviously, what he wore blows me out the water. But
you got the meta glasses
I
on.
got my meta glasses in my rollie from my pops. He gifted both of those to me.
It's okay. You can put it on the table. It's okay.
And then I got my Wolf and Shepherd fit, a custom suit. So shout out to Wolf and Shepherd with my Wolf and Shepherd loafers.
He is quarterback 1, Noah Fifita, making his second appearance here on the AZ Wildcats podcast. Noah, we appreciate you,
Always
man.
thank
Thanks
you guys
for
so
coming
much.
on.
I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you.
y'all. Thank you.